That was my bad, guys. What happened was when I was screen sharing, I hit stop broadcast instead of stop screen sharing. That's my bad right there. So we're gonna finish the good fight. I'm gonna stay on here for a little bit while longer, and we're gonna do more some random wrestling talk. We'll talk random wrestling, whatever you guys want to talk about. Thank you guys for coming for the SmackDown live stream, though. But yeah, I feel really bad because I was all like talking to y'all, and then all of a sudden I just disappeared. I was like a ghost. I was like a ghost. Let me see if I can go back to like the SmackDown stream so that way I can share that with y'all. So that way people who are in the chat there can fucking come in and just talk about it. Yeah, I'm streaming right now, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's so my bad. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Hopefully y'all still in the chat. God damn it, man. Can my mouse just work right now? Thank you very much. Okay. I just fucking put my battery in my goddamn mouse. Oh, guess my mouse is dead. Fuck that shit. All right, how do I copy and paste? All right, paste, send. So if you guys were in the last chat, I just sent you guys the stream, the fun little stream that we're going to do here on the Chase Oliver channel, the random wrestling stream. We'll talk random wrestling shit. Why the fuck not, right? It's fucking Thursday night. Why not talk about some professional wrestling while we do that, right? We got nothing else to do. We're wrestling fans. Rusev 9. Wow, Rusev's good. I don't know what you're talking about, Straight Shooter. What happens, Chris Bandicoot? I was streaming, and then I was going to stop sharing the PWI Top 500 list. But then what happened was I clicked stop broadcast on accident, and I was like, oh, fuck. And then when you do that on Hangouts just says, oh, you're done broadcasting. And so they just stopped the broadcast. I was going to go on for a little bit longer. So, yeah, I'm going to go on for a little bit longer. Just ask me any questions, homies. I got your back on this one. Everything's all fucking lagging and shit on my end right now. Just right now. But yeah, thanks for all y'all jumping back. I'm sorry about that, man. I was reviewing SmackDown. I was having a good time. We were looking at the PWI 500 count, making fun of that list, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just disappeared. Even Roman has more personality than Rusev. I guess subjective. I actually got to change the thumbnail for the SmackDown one because it's just showing me screen sharing the TNA World Title. Like it's like this ugly ass screen share. I got to change that thumbnail so that way it ain't ugly for the people that come in and check. So I gotta go to advanced settings. Maybe it'll let me change it a little bit later. I don't know. It ain't gonna let me change it right now. Don't know why. I'm gonna go video manager. Yeah, so whatever questions you guys have that are pro wrestling related, just know what's up. Busted Mind Squad says, boom. Do you think James Storm is coming back to NXT to team up with Bobby Roode? He has to finish his TNA deal. He signed like a year with TNA. So highly doubt James Storm is coming back to the WWE anytime soon. It's still processing. Okay. It's still processing. My SmackDown Live review is still processing. Yeah. What the fuck happened? Where'd my mouse go? Whatever with my mouse. Would you be interested in seeing an Eva Marie versus Bayley match at Mania 33? If Eva Marie is a better wrestler. Sure. DJ Cass, you think people just need to sit their asses done about Roman being in the mid card? Yeah, it's all right that Roman's in the mid card. Like Hogan mid card shows from time to time. You know, it's not a big deal. I don't get why people get all mad when top guys move up and down the card. Joe James asked, do you think Bullet Club should have had a beer money type gimmick? Yeah, I would have helped him out. Have a fun gimmick instead of trying to be serious like every other wrestler gimmick nowadays. Why did TNA change up the wrestler's Robert Roode's name to Bobby Roode? Because they're trying to, I don't know. Maybe Bobby Roode chosen it. Why does that matter? I don't think that matters any. Straight Shooter says, I think Kevin Owens should have been rated higher in the PWI. Yeah, like Del Rio is ranked higher than him. Like, besides like getting fired, what did Del Rio do last year? I know he was doing quote unquote well on the independents, but not that well, I wouldn't think, you know. He wasn't doing like what AJ Styles was doing on the independents. Have you heard about Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania 33. Thoughts? That could be a really good WrestleMania women's match, especially a one-on-one women's match, because the last good one-on-one women's match we got was Mickie James versus Trish Stratus. So that could be actually a really good one-on-one women's match. Just all depends on execution on the WWE's behalf, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. Straight shooter. The only thing that Eva Marie deserves at WrestleMania 33 is their poster with her boobs hanging out. Or being Playboy. That'd be fine too. DJ Cass, I feel Roman being the mid-card will help the U.S. title feel important. Rusev can get put over, and it spreads Raw roster in terms of feuds. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Like, look, some guys, they fall out the main event scene and they become mid-carders, but hey, at least they have that main event experience that, you know, they can pass down to these mid-carders who need it. That's the one thing is like that's what wrestling used to do back in the day is like guys who were not main eventers, they would work with the main eventers in the mid-card scene, and that way you would know if this guy's going to be a future main eventer or if this guy's just a mid-carder. Like, it's cool for main eventers to feud against each other. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool to have those big-time, big-money matchups, but you save those for, like, the SummerSlams and the WrestleManias because those are your big shows. You don't throw them away at, like, Vengeances and, like, all these other B-level pay-per-views. That's why it's good for someone like Roman Reigns, who has wrestled at a high level, to go down with Rusev. Now, you can argue Rusev also has wrestled at a high level because he's feuded with Cena, but, you know, Roman's wrestled in the last match, the main event match. He's been in a different situation than Rusev. I mean, Rusev has never had to wait a full show for his match to go on last, especially a big-time pay-per-view. He doesn't know what it's like to wake a crowd in those type of situations. Roman Reigns, you know, he has that type of knowledge. He's wrestled with guys like Lesnar, guys like AJ Styles, guys like Triple H. So it's like that's going to just help him out a lot, man. So it's good when upper main event guys go down and help the mid-carders out because it makes the mid-carders feel like big deals. That's what Hogan used to do back in the day, you know. Hogan, when he was not WWF champion, yeah, sure, he'd feud with Andre at the bigger shows because, like I said, those are the big shows. That's what you want people to watch. But, like, if he wasn't going for the WWF title, Hogan would be helping out, you know, the younger guys or the, you know, guys they want to build up. That's what he mostly did in WCW. Is when he wasn't running around as champ, he would be helping the guys that they were trying to build up in WCW and everything like that. So, yeah. So, like, that's what they used to do back in the day with main eventers or guys who have been in the main event scene. Really? I thought Raw was better this week, DJ Cass. I thought Raw was better than SmackDown. Danny Mark, would you find it funny WWE did a storyline where Pat Patterson wants to kick Bob Backlund's ass to earn Darren's love? No, not really. I mean, it'll be interesting, but I wouldn't find it funny. Like, I want to be sitting there laughing at it. Do you think Rusev is a main event talent? And where would he be if Cena didn't derail him at WrestleMania 31? Yeah, no, I think Rusev is a main event level talent guy. I think he's sneaky good, sneaky athletic. I feel like if Cena didn't derail him at WrestleMania 31, honestly, he could have been challenging for the belt at WrestleMania 32. Think about it, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, America's team, you know, one of the biggest ones and everything like that. It's just like he could have been a perfect heel to walk in as champion or as a challenger to challenge a champion, whether it's Roman Reigns or whoever you wanted as champion at that time. So honestly, if he didn't get derailed, definitely he could have main evented at WrestleMania 32. And make no mistake about it, that gimmick right there could have main evented for himself. Have you watched CZW as in Combat Zone Wrestling? Here or there, not a big fan of it. Busted Mind Squad asks, are you a fan of the New Day's title run? At first, I liked it because they were good heels, and now I don't really like it because they're annoying baby faces that just remind me of Cena too much. Like, I liked it when the New Day was accidentally funny and not trying to be funny. When they were accidentally funny, it was good. You like, they were funny as hell when they were trying to be accidentally funny. When they're trying to be funny, they're not as funny. They're just painful to watch. DJ Cass, what did you think of Lashley's WWE theme song in 2007? Hell will be calling her name. And I think Bobby Lashley and Tiana right now, with him being champion. Thoughts? Okay, you asked two questions and no spaces or periods or commas. I like his 2007 theme. It was a good song. Just to understand the rap parts. Sometimes I was like, why does he have to rap? Is it because he's black? And yeah, no, Lashley's a good TNA champ. Devin Plays asks, do you think Gallows and Anderson will capture the tag titles? Hopefully. Hope they do. Joe James asks, thoughts on Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns feud in 2010? thought that was TNA's tag team peak. Oh, fucking that best of 5 series. So damn good, man. Like match number 3 was like the best one though. There's no denying that. Match number 3 was like the best one. But dude, that was a good feud, man. That was a great matchups between them. I like the Motor City Machine Guns. I missed them. They're definitely one of my favorite TNA tag teams. But yeah, no, Motor City and Beer Money, shit, dude, that was just great shit right there. Dino Bravo and Giant Gonzalez, yeah, those guys are terrible. DJ Cass, you think WWE could have gone away with just making the WWE tag team titles floating in between the brands? Yeah, I think they could have. Honestly, I think they can. They can still do that. They don't need to bring in another tag team set. You just have it during like the interbrand pay-per-views where like, you know, there's 4 a year. So you have a chance where you can do interbrand matches and then see if SmackDown can retake the tag team titles or something like that. Bobby Lashley, where did WWE go wrong? Well, it's called Michael P.S. Hayes being a racist. And, you know, Bobby Lashley didn't like that. So Bobby Lashley left, you know, because Bobby Lashley, he was getting pushed like Great American Bash. He lost to Cena. But you could tell SummerSlam 07, they were really going to go back to that Cena-Lashley feud. Do you guys remember the premise behind Cena and Lashley? Oh, how much hype that shit got? Oh, my God, dude. Like, we had, like, interviews of, like, calling it the next Austin Rock and everything like that. And, like, Stone Cold was talking about it, saying, like, oh, when you get two talents like these, and they're, like, freaking fighting each other for the title, it just shows how important this sport is and everything. Do you guys remember that? Like, do y'all remember that, man? Like, I remember that shit. I was just like, what the fuck, man? They comparing this shit to fucking Austin Rock, man. Like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Like, y'all comparing Cena and Lashley to Austin Rock. So they were definitely going to that for SummerSlam. But then he had that match with Kennedy. I think it was Kennedy on Raw, and he tore up his shoulder, man. I remember that shit too, because like I was at a wrestling camp, and some guy told me that what's it called? That Bobby Lashley got injured. I was like, what? Bobby Lashley got injured? I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh, wow. Alex Shelby or Chris Sabin? Oh, Shelby all the way. More charismatic, too. Draven G, does Bobby Roode have the greatest theme song ever? Probably his TNA one. I don't know about his NXT one. Joe James, in my opinion, Shelly greater than Sabin, easily more charismatic than half of the team. Yeah. Since Raw made their own world title, shouldn't SmackDown get his women's title or tag title? What do you think? Well, Devin plays. If you watch SmackDown, they did announce a women's title. I don't feel like they should have a tag title, but hey, they want to dilute their belts, go right ahead. I ain't going to stop them. Rude, NXT is already muddy. Great shit from him on NXT. Got to check it out still. Joe James, do you think Batista would have been the face of the company if he weren't so old when he reached the top? He could have been, yeah. I think they were really on the Cena train, though, because Cena, like, when Cena made that album and then made, like, top 20, oh, yeah, there's no way that you're not going to give Cena that kind of love and respect. No, Off the Chain's the best one. I don't know what y'all talking about. Glorious is good. Chris Bancoot, what are my top 10 worst wrestling games? What the fuck? Are there even 10 bad wrestling games to fucking talk about? Seriously, if you ask me for my top 3, I could give you that. Top 10? I'm gonna have to like reach and say a wrestling game that isn't bad is bad just to fucking make a top 10. That's such a I'm sorry, dude. That is a dumbass question. I'm not gonna lie to any of y'all. That was a dumb question. I couldn't believe I read that. Top 10 worst wrestling games. What the fuck? So I'm gonna have to put Just Bring It on there at like number 10 because like Just Bring It to me is a bad game, but I still like it. Nah, fuck that shit. Ain't gonna give you a top 10 worst wrestling game. That's just dumb. There's not enough wrestling games to make a top 10 worst wrestling games list. Here's number 1 and number 2. 2K14, 2K15, and 2K16. Fuck all the 2Ks. They suck. Take the fun out of wrestling. All X Division fucking matches, man. Kicking out is fucking too easy. Submission systems are all fucking broken. Stupid fucking wrestling games. All right. In 07, WWE shit was overkill. Lashley, Batista, and Cena, all top guys. These guys are pushing to the moon. Yeah. Bobby Lashley was WWE's big missed opportunity. I think so, too. what other wrestling games are there? Like what? The one TNA game, the one ECW game, and shit. Man, it's not enough. Not enough wrestling games to say which ones are the worst. Y'all can make a list, but I haven't played every single wrestling game. I like to play other games besides just wrestling games. I have a life. Straight Shooter said, I say Mr. Kennedy, dude was amazing on the mic. Yeah, I know Kennedy. I think that's a bigger one, man. I think that's a bigger one. Kennedy was a huge missed opportunity, man. I thought Kennedy would, dude, because man, Kennedy, dude, they were any chance they got of like pushing Mr. Kennedy, oh, they would, man. They would shove that guy down your throat. They're like, hey, man, here's Mr. Kennedy. Fucking love this guy. I was like, oh shit, you have to love this guy. Had to. That's what they were trying to do with them. All right, close this tab. Man, wrestling room. Straight Shooter. There's only a few TNA wrestlers that I love. They are AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Amazing Red, and the current Broken Matt Hardy. Yeah, no, Broken Matt Hardy's great. Legends of WrestleMania. Yeah, Legends of WrestleMania was a good game. I like that one a lot. I don't know why people hated on it. I thought WWE All Stars that came out in 2011, that was a fun game too. They should make an All Stars too. I had fun with that game too. Thoughts on Bully Ray and TNA feud with Devon? Oh god, that was terrible. Oh god. And then just ended up for nothing because they just reformed the Aces and Eights. They just formed the S's and god, shut up. EC3 versus Lashley for the world title will be the main event for Battle for Glory. I think it's all right. Are you sure? Is it? I thought Broken Matt Hardy would be for sure main eventing Battle for Glory. That disappoints me. If only Orton was a dick, LMAO, I'm still an Orton fan, though. Yeah. He cost us Mr. Kennedy. That guy's dangerous. Can't be wrestling with that guy. TNA Battle for Glory 2016 will be in the Impact Zone. Okay. What's Matt Hardy doing at Bound for Glory then if he ain't going for the title? He should be going for something big, man. Like, honestly, if Matt Hardy's not going for the title, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I honestly don't know what they're doing there, man. If, like, what they call it, Matt Hardy's not going for the title. What was I going to look up at? Bound for Glory 2016. I don't care about it. I honestly don't care about spoilers all that much because it's just whatever for me. Do you think BNB should return? BNB? Who the fuck is BNB? I don't even know who BNB is. Joe James, Carlito, main eventer? Upper main eventer, upper mid Carter. Like he would challenge for the title, but I want to build my company around him. That's for sure. Wow. Okay. So they have the matches, but you know how like when you go on Wikipedia, there's normally like a match page that shows you the matches. So this is what Bound for Glory has, man. They don't even have like the official match page. So we got Ethan Carter III versus Lashley versus Mike Bennett versus Moose. Fatal 4-Way for the TNA World Title. Decay versus Bromance for the Tag Team Championships. All right. James Storm versus Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy versus Eli Drake. What? Triple threat for TNA, King of the Mountain. How is this a triple threat? This is a Fatal 4-Way. Who wrote this shit? I don't know wrestling? Huh. All right. Don't know why Broken Matt Hardy's not going for the world title, but whatever. I can't control that shit. Oh, Bad News Barrett. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he came back as that gimmick, but I don't know what they would do with him. How will a promo with Broken Matt Hardy and John Cena will go? Well, John Cena will just be wrestling, and then all of a sudden the fucking Vanguard one will be in the freaking arena, and everyone's gonna be like looking at that shit, and then later on the TV screen, it's gonna be that Matt Hardy image, and you'd be like, "Brother Felix Cena, I knew you would come," and then all of a sudden he'll just like be talking shit. It'll be a funny promo though. I seriously want Broken Matt Hardy in WWE. I think it'd be such a great promo. Let's see. All righty, then. What other questions do we have here? Wade Barrett, Sheamus, Drew Galloway would have thought that least talented would have been a world champion. Shows how far being buddied with HHH goes. Yeah, you make friends with Triple H, you good. You want Broken Matt Hardy to have a promo with Kevin Owens? That's actually pretty funny. World champion WWE at least. Do you still watch IWGP? You mean New Japan? Sometimes, not as much, but I still watch New Japan every once in a while. Busted Mind Squad asks, does anyone care that Jinder returns? My girl, Diamond and Spoon, or Snowdrop, I should say. Snowdrop, she cares. From the Q&As, she loves Jinder Mahal. That's her best friend. So that's her favorite wrestler. So, yeah. Next week on Impact, Lashley versus Storm, title versus title. Thoughts? I think it's going to end in a no contest. I think Moose is going to fuck him up. Canada Mountain title versus World and X Division title. Yeah, I know. I think it's going to end in a no contest. There's no way that they're going to give Lashley the Kurt Angle treatment. I don't think they're going to give him that far of a treatment. Like, he's getting pushed, but I don't think he can get that push, you know. So, anyways, guys, I think that's all I'm going to do for this random wrestling stream. I actually have to head to bed soon. I didn't really check out the time. So, I have to head to bed soon because I have to go wake up early tomorrow morning. But let's go to Joe James. Last question. Best TNA gimmick match-wise. I like Lethal Lockdown a lot, but Six Sides of Steel, I guess, is by default. But one of their crazier ones, that Asylum match where Homicide got his boot caught in. I like that match a lot. That match is fun. All right, thank you all very much for not only tuning into the SmackDown live stream, but to this random wrestling stream as well. You guys are all awesome. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'll do more streams next week for Raw, SmackDown, and yes, the Q&A. I'll be back with the Q&As, so you don't have to worry your pretty little heads about those. Just been busy this week. This week at work, though. Not going to be too busy, so like it. Well, I am going to be busy. A big movie just came out, Suicide Squad, but like days that I'm scheduled to go to work, you know, not too many of those going around. So thank you all very much. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Peace.